Aston Villa moneyline minus 150 at Basel. Bijan Robinson over 36.5 receiving yards minus 110 in Falcons at Buccaneers. Boston Celtics minus 7.5 minus 110 at Milwaukee. That's the card. And yes, we're coming off 1-2, down 1.64 units. City 2-1 landed exactly on the clumsy box tackle plus whistle path. PSG did 90 minutes of sterile cardio in Bilbao, and our both teams to score in Bruges failed the basic arithmetic exam. New day, same edge, sharper jokes. Let's start in Switzerland. Villa at Basel looks like a Fortune 500 audit versus a lemonade stand. Emery's group is playing for a top 8 Europa seed and the February bye, while Basel is in must-chase territory that opens their shape like a piñata. The numbers match the vibes. Villa concede about 0.6 per Europa match, carry around 59% possession, and complete passes at roughly 88% with a short pass bias that turns pressure into runway. Basel concede about 1.4 per match and have 1 clean sheet in 5. That St. Jacob Park fortress is more of an Airbnb with a sticky lock when the class jump hits. If Villa score first, and with their vertical transitions that happens a lot, Basel have to pour forward, which only feeds the second goal. Add a whistle-happy referee profile that chops up underdog physicality, and it's exactly the kind of control game where 1 goal feels like 2. We're laying it with Villa to win at minus 150 and expecting the home crowd to boo the XG graphs by minute 70. Falcons Bucks, we're not chasing the side, we're chasing physics. Bijan Robinson over 36.5 receiving yards at minus 110. With Drake London out, Atlanta's target tree looks like a broomstick, and Bijan is the branch that actually moves. Tampa's defense is built like a brick wall against the run and a screen door against running backs in the pass game. They sit soft, protect the explosives, and dare you to be patient underneath. That's Bijan's love language. Swings, angles, arrows, and checkdowns. Short week, even better. Offenses lean on quick game. Quarterbacks treat running backs like drive-through windows. Layer in Atlanta's pass rush versus Tampa's banged-up protection. More pressure equals more hot reads, and you've got yardage that accrues in polite 8-yard parcels. If the Bucks play from ahead, it only accelerates the buffet. 36.5 is a number we can beat without needing a single explosive, though 1 broken tackle turns this into a halftime sweat-free special. Now to Milwaukee, where the Bucks are missing the guy who turns layups into a lifestyle. Without Giannis, Milwaukee's net rating drops into the don't Google it on a full stomach range, while Boston sits comfortably positive even without Jason Tatum. The functional gap between these roster states is north of 15 points per 100. That's how you get Celtics minus 7.5 that still looks light. Boston's current build is clean. Jaylen Brown is the A-side shot maker. Derek White organizes everything. Peyton Pritchard spaces and zips. And Neemias Queta vacuums misses like he's on commission. Milwaukee, meanwhile, is asking role guys to be headliners and a stretch 5 to box out 2 people at once. Boston should win the turnover math, the glass, and the corner 3 lottery. If Kevin Porter Jr. stays on a heat check forever, tip your cap. If he regresses to human, the third quarter separation script writes itself. We're laying the 7.5 at minus 110. Back to Villa for 1 more beat because it's the anchor. A slick surface in cool temps speeds up the ball, which favors the technically superior passer. Villa's high line can scare you in a vacuum, but their offside trap is a Swiss watch, and Basel's runs aren't exactly German rail on timing. Game states point toward Basel corners late as they chase. Nice little correlation if you're feeling artsy, but the portfolio play is still Villa to win. 1 more Bijan note that matters. The Bucks linebackers can run, but their zone landmarks leave the running back free in the flat more often than you'd expect, and Atlanta has shown they'll just spam the same concept until you take it away. Think of it like ordering the same taco 3 times because it keeps arriving in 6 yards and sour cream. 6 catches for 50-ish is a fair median here. We don't need scheme wizardry, just adult supervision. And to close the loop in Milwaukee, Boston's second unit has real pulse now. If the starters land the first punch, the bench can actually extend, not merely hold. Milwaukee's crowd is as loyal as it gets, but vibes don't defensive rebound. We expect Boston to live above 120, Milwaukee to labor in the low 100s unless the shot luck fairy shows. Point. That's a spread that should clear with a couple minutes to spare and a Jaylen pull-up that makes somebody in the lower bowl question their life choices. Point. Let's go get some wins today.